Remedi, Refugee Medical Insurance. Salam, I am Salim. Just like you, my family and I left our home for a better life here in Malaysia because we found it impossible to survive there. But it's not easy in Malaysia. As refugees, we cannot find work and always end up doing dangerous and low-paying jobs and do not have enough to feed our families. I also often fall sick because of overworking and not having enough food and sleep. Many of us get sick or injured in accidents, and some even die. I remember back home, it's easy to find traditional medicines when you're sick, but here we pay a lot for medical treatment. Even though we need to go to hospital, we cannot afford it. Once my son Abdul was very sick because he had malaria. We had to take him to a clinic. The doctor checked Abdul and told us we had to bring him to the hospital immediately. I used what I had saved for the house rent to pay for Abdul's clinic bill. At the hospital, the staff said we must pay a deposit before we can admit Abdul. We had to call many friends to borrow money, and luckily some of them could help us. We really had no choice as Abdul's condition was really serious. Thank God Abdul recovered after a few days and was ready for discharge from the hospital. Then we faced another problem, paying the hospital bill. The deposit we paid earlier was not enough to cover the total bill, which included charges for medicines, doctor's consultation fees, cotton, bandages, syringes, and saline drips. To pay the hospital bill, I had to miss work, trying to borrow money from friends. Finally, when I showed up for work, someone else had already replaced me. I was quite desperate and went to the UNHCR for help. I met an officer and told him my problem. He said the UNHCR would not be able to assist most of the cases due to limited funding. He also said that what happened to my son and my family was a typical problem faced by refugees here. He advised me to buy the Remedi Refugee Medical Insurance policy to cover our hospitalization fee in the future. At first, I did not understand what the Remedi Refugee Medical Insurance policy was, but he explained it, that it helps protect my family and I in times of medical emergencies. If we had the Remedi Refugee Medical Insurance policy when Abdul was sick, he would have paid for the hospital admission and also the bill. The UNHCR officer said it would only cost me a small fee to buy the Remedi Refugee Medical Insurance policy, maybe less than 1 week of my salary. And if I fall sick in the next 12 months and need to be admitted into hospital, the policy will also help pay the admission deposit and total bills. Currently, the Remedi Refugee Insurance Company will pay our hospital bills up to a total of 70 times the cost of what I paid for the policy. He also pointed out that the Remedi Refugee Medical Insurance policy covers bills for treatments such as operations, serious illness, or accident injuries only when admitted into a hospital. So when we go to a clinic for simple things like flu and cough, this is not covered by the insurance policy. I asked the officer, what if I buy the Remedi Refugee Medical Insurance policy and in the next 12 months, none of my family members and I have to be admitted into a hospital? What happens to the money I paid? The officer explained that we must still pay the insurance premium so that we can remain protected for 12 months. My friends, imagine having an umbrella. Don't you think it's silly to buy an umbrella only when it starts to rain? You won't know exactly when it will rain, would you? So you buy an umbrella anyway to be prepared for rainy days. And then if it does not rain for a few months, you cannot expect to go back to the seller and ask him to refund your money, can you? The UNHCR officer told me that in the future, the cost of medical treatment and hospitalization for refugees in Malaysia will increase a lot. So I decided to buy the Remedi Refugee Medical Insurance policy for my family and myself. I want to make sure that we are protected at all times, even when medical costs increase. The Remedi Refugee Medical Insurance for refugees is available to all of us, and you also don't need a medical checkup to qualify for the insurance policy. Please get one today. For more information, please refer to the Remedi Insurance brochure or call the UNHCR Insurance Hotline on 012 330 6469.